A serene African village at dawn. Women are seen going about their daily routines, cooking, fetching water and tending to their children. For centuries, African traditions have been a source of strength, cultural identity, and community bonding. They have shaped the lives of millions, providing a moral compass that guides people through joy and sorrow. But there is one set of customs that casts a dark shadow over the lives of many: widowhood rites. When a man dies in many African communities, his widow is thrust into a world of mourning, bound by customs that vary across regions. These practices, collectively known as widowhood rites, are meant to show respect for the dead. But behind these rituals often lies a story of emotional, physical, and psychological suffering. A close-up of a middle-aged woman named Amina, her face somber, recounting her experiences. I was married for 20 years. When my husband passed away, they told me it was my fault. I was forced to stay indoors, isolated, for 3 months. They shaved my hair, and every day, I had to drink a concoction made from herbs, just to prove that I didn't kill my husband. Amina's story is not unique. In many communities, widows are subjected to rituals that test their loyalty, their innocence, and their resilience. From forced isolation to ritual cleansing, these rites can be dehumanizing. Widowhood rites are deeply rooted in tradition. Historically, they were intended to protect the community from the spirit of death and ensure that the widow would not bring misfortune. They also served as a means of maintaining family inheritance and lineage. But as time has passed, the purpose of these rituals has been questioned, especially in a modern context. A social worker sitting in her office speaking to the camera. The issue with widowhood rites is not just about culture, it's about power. Many of these practices are a means of controlling women. When a husband dies, the widow often loses her status, her property, and even her children. The community strips her of her identity. Experts argue that widowhood rites are a manifestation of deep-rooted gender inequality. They often leave women impoverished, ostracized, and vulnerable to exploitation. A psychologist interacting with a group of widows in a support group setting. The psychological toll of widowhood rites can be devastating. The isolation, stigma, and accusations often lead to depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. Many widows feel they have no voice. They are treated as if they are less than human. The trauma of losing a loved one is compounded by the treatment they receive during the mourning period. But change is happening. Across Africa, there is a growing movement to end harmful widowhood practices. Advocacy groups, NGOs, and even traditional leaders are starting to challenge these customs, calling for a more humane approach to mourning. We need to honor our loved ones, but we cannot continue to do so at the expense of the living. Widows deserve respect, support, and dignity. A widow, Grace, starting a small business with support from a local NGO. After my husband's death, I lost everything. But with the help of this group, I have found a way to rebuild my life. I want other widows to know that there is hope. Stories like Grace's are a testament to the resilience of African women. Despite the challenges, they are finding ways to reclaim their lives, to support one another, and to break the cycle of oppression. Widowhood rites are a complex part of African tradition, steeped in history but in need of transformation. As we move forward, the question remains: how do we balance respect for cultural heritage with the need to protect the rights and dignity of all individuals? The answer lies in dialogue, compassion, and the courage to change. Thanks for watching. If you find this video insightful, like, share and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation ongoing in the comment section below. Catch you in our next video.